Hello there, I'm Zoe, and in this video we are going to be learning how to walk with a shimmy. So this shimmy is the basic Egyptian shimmy. I'm assuming that you are already familiar with that. If not, you can definitely go and check out the video on how to do that, but we will also be reviewing it as well. So let's dive right in. So let's review the basic shimmy. We are going to be in a parallel position, feet about hip distance apart. You can also have them a little bit closer. And you want to make sure that your weight is distributed evenly between your 2 feet, that your pelvis is in a neutral position here. So you want to have your lower abdominals a bit activated. And you also want to make sure that your glute muscles, so your butt muscles, are relaxed and not tense. And from there, you are just going to slowly bend and straighten your legs, alternating, and try to let that alternating knee movement come up into the hips. Yeah, so this is also where it's important to have the glutes relaxed. That's going to help get a bigger movement. And we're going to go very slow at the beginning with this. So just find your basic shimmy in place. Make sure that your weight is staying evenly distributed between your 2 feet here. So get that. And then we're going to shift our weight to one leg. So only the weighted leg is going to keep moving. The non-weighted leg, we're going to stop that knee bending. So now the shimmy will be half time because we're only doing it on one side. So you can have the unweighted leg touching the ground here, but I recommend you try lifting it off the ground a bit to make sure that your weight is fully on one leg. And if you're feeling up to it, then you can just lift that second leg and try the shimmy here. Again, going nice and slow. Very important to get one-legged shimmies in order to do the walk with a shimmy. Let's go back to 2 legs. So now the shimmy is twice as fast. Again, nice and slow. Doesn't have to be too fast yet. We'll take it up in a second. And let's go to the other side. Again, you can have your unweighted leg touching the ground, but try to lift it off to make sure that you have your weight fully on one leg. And if you want, bring that non-weighted leg up and practice. You can also do the shimmy drill where you are sitting on the ground with your legs out in front of you. That's in the basic shimmies instructional video. You can do that one leg at a time as well to get you used to just doing one leg. Can be a bit harder. And sometimes, let's go back to 2 legs, sometimes one leg is a lot easier or harder than the other one. So if you notice, going back to one leg here, if you notice one leg is a bit harder, I encourage you to really try to focus on why it's more difficult on that side. Let's go back to 2 legs. So really try to notice if you have tension somewhere in those muscles on that side, going to one leg, or if part of your body isn't stretching as easily, and that will give you a clue on what you need to work on. So let's speed it up a bit. We'll do 2 legs, 1 leg, 2 legs, 1 leg. The hips and the knees are still going slowly. We're just speeding up our stepping. 2 legs, 1 leg, 2 legs, 1 leg, a little more, 2 legs, 1 leg, 2 legs, and 1. Good, now we're gonna walk it forwards. The same idea, going 2 legs to 1 leg. So now I'm going to step forwards. My weight is on both my feet here. So this is the 2-legged shimmy. And now I'm going to pick up my back foot and do the 1-legged shimmy here. And again, stepping, 2-legged, and picking up the back foot, one-legged. We can also go back. So stepping back, two-legged here, and one-legged, and back, two-legged, and one-legged. Let's speed that up. So 2, 1, 2, 1, keep going, 2, 1, 2, and back. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Great, so that is the basic drill for walking with a shimmy. Now let's speed it up. So going back to our shimmy, again, paying attention to your weight, the position of your pelvis, relaxing those glutes, and moving those knees forward and back. Here we go, let's try one-legged shimmy a bit faster. Might be a little harder. Will probably be a little bit smaller, but still try to make it big. So try to keep that knee moving forwards and back. This is also great for your balance. Let's go back to 2 legs and try 1 leg fast on the other side. Again, you can have the other foot touching the ground if you want, but we're just gonna try to speed up that shimmy. And now let's speed up the steps. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Try to keep the shimmy going the whole time. Let's go forwards. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, and back. 2, 1. Try not to stop at all. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1. So that is a basic drill for walking with a shimmy. Now, we are going to challenge ourselves a little more, and then we are going to add some music. But first, let's bring it up into releve. If this is too much, feel free to just continue on a flat foot. But if you want to challenge yourself, come up onto your toes, releve, find your balance, find that postural position straight up. And again, we'll start very slow here. So slow hips. So of course, this is already a bit more of a challenge, just doing 2 legs. And now slowly try to do 1 leg. This will probably be pretty difficult. Good challenge for your balance. You can always put that foot down if it's too hard, and then try to lift it up a little more, challenging our 1-legged releve balance. Not easy. Go back to 2 legs. You're going to feel it in those calves tomorrow. Let's try the other side. So nice slow hips. Try to find that balance. You can also, of course, try your balance without any shimmy if that's a problem. And then add that shimmy. You can always put the foot down again to start with and slowly try to bring it up. We'll speed it up now. So let's do 2 and 1 and 2 and 1. It's a little easier when we speed up the feet. You don't have to hang out on 1 leg for quite so much time. 2, 1, 2, slow hips. 2, 1, 2, and 1. And walking forwards. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and backwards. 2, 1. Good. Pay attention to which part of your foot is touching the floor as well. Make sure you've got the whole ball of the foot on the floor. And let's speed it up. So here we go. On releve, getting that shimmy. Try it on 1 leg. You can do it. Just takes practice. Getting used to it. And back to 2 legs. Building that strength. Let's try it on the other side. Good. And we'll speed it up. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1. Again, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Good. Let's walk with it. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Last one to the front, back, and back. Lift. 2, 1, 2, 1. Wow. Okay, so going slow there is actually much harder. Once you do it fast, it's a bit easier, but better to drill it slow so you can make it nice and even. So we're going to drill all of that, just what we did. We'll do it flat. First, slow hips, and shifting our weight from 1 foot to 2, and then walking forwards and back. Then we'll speed up the hips, do exactly the same thing, and then go back and do both of those again in releve. Again, if the releve is just way too much, go ahead and do it flat both times. So let's turn on some music and drill that shimmy. So that was a brief introduction to get you started walking with a shimmy. It's a little more of an advanced move, so I hope that it was helpful for you. If it was, please don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, share with your friends. Thank you so much for watching, and happy practicing.